So the big news everybody's thrilled about Pittsburgh Steelers offensive coordinator Matt Canada gets the axe. I've seen varying reports about this. Jerry Dulac, who's been a long time insider with the Steelers, believe he's still with the Post Gazette, pretty much reported that Dan Rooney was the person that was responsible for this firing. Mike Tomlin came out in his press conference today and pretty much took all the credit for the firing. And I'm going to take Jerry Dulac's word on this. I believe this comes straight from the top. I believe him being a part of this team for so long comes straight from the top, pretty much. And this is what the Rooneys wanted. This is how they do business. This is the first time they've ever fired an offensive coordinator mid-season since like something insane I've seen from since like 1941 or something. The ghost of Ernie Stautner posted it. Steelers fan. And it's just ridiculous. They don't fire coaches. So, like, I was going throughout this whole season saying, we're not going to fire Canada. You might as well stop. It's not going to happen. If they would have did it, they should have did it in the offseason, which I still believe they should have did it in the offseason, brought in a new OC, and let Kenny learn a new offense and a new system. I mean, firing a new coach, you're not going to be able to bring in somebody off the street and then relearn a whole entire new offense. So obviously they're splitting the reps. The quarterback coach is going to be making the play calls now, and I guess the running back coach or something like that is the new offensive coordinator. Basically, there's dual ownership of the position right now. It's pretty much just a vacant position, and other people are just stepping up into that role and have a new opportunity. And really, let's just be honest about it, man. The final nail in his coffin was Najee Harris. Because this guy is a leader. This is the guy that pretty much has said, we got to execute better. This is on us. This is on us. And then he eventually, he cracked. They asked the right question. Like, he tried to, keep a straight face. He didn't know what to say. Like, he put his head down and, smiled and said, yeah, teams know what we're going to do. Everybody knows what we're going to do, bro. The whole dog pound knows what we're going to do on 1st and 10. The whole entire Acusure Stadium knows what we're going to do on 1st and 10. Everybody watching knows what we're going to do on 1st and 10. And the whole entire other opposing defense knows exactly what we're going to do on 1st and 10 is run Najee up the middle to go fucking nowhere. And we're going to just keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again and think somehow we're going to get success trying to do the same thing that's getting stuffed every time over and over and over again. And it's not even just Najee comes out, a player from his own team who's been trying to defend this guy and not go out there and be like a cancer and bash the coaching staff, which obviously is terrible and has been terrible ever since he's been a part of the fucking organization. Matt Canada's offense has been fucking terrible, pathetic, piss poor, god awful. One of the worst in fucking history, bro. Insane. And for the Rooneys to hold on to this guy for so long just shows the amount of patience and loyalty that this franchise and this ownership has. And, that's what I was preaching, is why they're not going to fire him is because of the mentality of loyalty and having patience and giving him the contract. But this was just the final nail in the coffin, bro. We had a no-name rookie quarterback, DTR, coming in there playing better than our first round pick, Kenny Pickett. We just cannot do any offense. And we shouldn't have any wins this season if it wasn't for just miraculous plays by the defense all year long. Like, we should have lost the first game to the Browns if it wasn't for a forced sack fumble from TJ to the house and a pick six from Highsmith. We lose the first game to the Browns too, and we're what, 7-6, whatever our record is now. 7-5, 6-4, whatever, 6-5. If it wasn't for the defense, bro, the offense is just completely terrible. And when your star running back is coming out there just trying the best as he can not to throw you under the bus, and when you get asked a direct question, which was a great question by the media, do you think the other teams know what you're doing? And we all know. We all know what we're doing. Everybody knows. It's so predictable. It's so bland. It's terrible. Like, you try to do end arounds on fucking the 2nd and 12, and then you try to run a play action fake after your fucking first dive up the middle doesn't work because it never works. You try to mix in a play action on 2nd and 12. It doesn't even make any sense to try to even mix in a play action when you're not even haven't even been establishing the run game. These past 3, 4, 5 games, we've been establishing somewhat of a run. But early in the season, we weren't doing dick on the ground. We weren't doing shit at all. We couldn't even pick up a first down offensively. And he's trying to fucking run it up the middle, and then on a 2nd and long, you mix in some play action, which is crazy. The play action is to make you bite on the run, and they just don't even bite on the run. They just stay at home. They might blitz, whatever. And if they are blitzing, that play action fake, Kenny's getting sacked every time. You got no time in the pocket, and we're not even running the ball, and you're trying to just do just insane, stupid shit. The jet sweeps. I mean, the game calls and the game plan is just terrible. Matt Canada, the offense has been terrible. He's not a good play caller. He wasn't even a good play caller in college, let alone the NFL. He's lucky he got that job. He was a quarterback coach, honestly, that Ben Roethlisberger liked. And nobody liked Fichtner, and then he just happened to be the next guy in line because that's what the Rooneys do. They hire from within. And that is, that's how they do it. They made this time, though, they're going to have to go out of their comfort zone, and they're going to have to go out there and bring in a good offensive coordinator because this team has talent on offense, and this defense is insane. It's ridiculous. And with all the injuries we've had on defense, and for them to still be playing at this level is insane. So they got to go out there and get themselves a new, young, up-and-coming, play caller that's willing to take risks, be a little bit aggressive. I don't see any. It's just basically they got the handcuffs on Kenny Pickett and the training wheels. He's second year. It's not like he's a raw prospect. He was drafted to basically be an NFL-ready quarterback to stand in the pocket and be a pocket quarterback. And, this was the final nail in his coffin. It's just not been good. Kenny's just bad. It's just too much handcuffs. Maybe they'll open it up. We'll see something different. But when Najee comes out and pretty much says the goddamn defense knows what we're doing, that was it. You're gone, Canada, and you should have been gone. You shouldn't even have had an opportunity to come back this season. Any other organization in the league would have had your ass fucking in the grass, bro. Period. So, is the Rooney's way of doing business dead? No, because I think all these players still want to play for the Rooneys. All these players still want to play for Mike Tomlin. I think they know that if they go out there and they perform and they put in the work and they put in the effort, they're going to get paid and they're going to be, have pretty much a job for the rest of their life, even after football with the Rooney family. They'll find you something, either be it a coach, something in the media, something. There's so many former players that have coached and done media things and different things within the organization from being a player. So, the Rooney's way of business, I think, is a great way of doing business. I mean, it's about family. It's about loyalty. It's about, it's about more than wins. That's really what the standard is more than that. But this is just, it's just at the end of the day, it's a business. And when you have one of the fucking worst offenses 3 years running pretty much, bro, the jig is up, the news is out, bro. And you're gone, Matt Canada. And you're gone, bro. You're gone, dude. Because if we even had a mediocre offense, bro, we'd be one of the best teams in the league. We'd be right there with the Ravens. We'd be right there. We'd be ahead of Cleveland right now. 7-3, just looks sitting pretty, looking like we'd be just easy road to get into the playoffs. Just walk our way in there. Could pretty much rest the starters for the rest of the way and just walk our way into the postseason. But absolutely nothing from the quarterback. And is it all Matt Canada? We're going to see, because the media is finally starting to turn on Kenny Pickett. I was like 3 weeks ahead of the trend. Mark Madden, I'll give him credit. He's been bashing Kenny. I never think we should have drafted Kenny Pickett in the first place, to be completely honest with you. I don't think we should. We had too many problems on the offensive line, and I just didn't think he was great. And I think there was more quarterbacks in the next class, and obviously there was a ton. Obviously, there's a lot of young rookie quarterbacks coming up that now in the league, and I think we could have got more help, but we took Kenny. It is what it is. Now, is it the play calling that's that bad? Is it Kenny that's that bad? Because even without the play calling, Like, there's just execution, execution, execution. Kenny keeps talking about it. Is he just trying to be a choir boy? Or is it the fact that he's throwing above, behind, ahead of his receivers, looking scared and timid in the pocket, bailing out of the pocket too quick, and just not looking good. Not looking good. And that's not on, even if the play calls are bad, you have wide open receivers, like easy 10-yard, 15-yard slants that literally you could probably put a high school quarterback in there and could make those routine fucking passes that he's just missing on, bro. So, you know, Canada had to go. Kenny obviously is going to get the pass. He's going to get the red. I mean, people are calling for Kenny's head. Are they going to bench Kenny? Probably not. They're going to let it roll at least a few more games to see what he can do under a new regime and under new play calls to see what we got. I'm not going to say Kenny Pickett's a bust, but he's been pretty much one of the worst quarterback stats and like terrible. He's been terrible. 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 If we just had mediocre quarterback play, we'd be one of the best fucking teams in the league right now. Straight the fuck up. So we're going to see if Matt Canada was the biggest problem on the team, or is, there are a lot more issues going on with this organization and with this roster that we don't really know about. So this is my take on it. Najee Harris put the final nail in Matt Canada's coffin.